Hi everybody and welcome to Tasso Show, and apparently I am live on YouTube. I wasn't sure if it was already live or I need to press a go live button or whatever, but it seems that I'm live. Give me a minute to test it out and double check that everything's working as expected. It's really hard to tell with when you have a game in full screen, you know. The thing is that I don't see it through my phone, but let me go to my channel. I think that it's live. It looks like it's live. I'm not sure. And because of my headset I cannot hear if it works, but anyway, it seems to be there, so let's get started. Hi everybody and welcome to Tasso Show. We are going to play Astrologaster, that is on the Xbox Game Pass, but unfortunately it's gonna leave the Xbox Game Pass by the 3/16, so I wanted to play it live before it's gone. And right now yeah, it seems to play only with a keyboard because I don't see anything else. So let's see, settings, sound and subtitles. The sound is not too strong, so I think we should be fine. Has that cute little music, like a little bit ancient kind of music, well, more like medieval, sorry. Okay. Astrologaster takes its inspiration from the casebooks of the real-life astrologer Simon Forman. In the decades around 1600, so 17th century, he and his protege, Richard Napier, produced one of the richest surviving sets of private medical records in history. These records are a unique source for the study of everyday life and the practice of medicine in early modern England. The Casebooks Project, a team of scholars at the University of Cambridge, led by Professor Lauren Castle, has transformed this paper archive into a digital archive and acted as history consultant on the game. The team as Nyam Nyam was inspired and informed by Forman's casebooks, but the game is not a dramatization of actual cases. Forman's and Napier's casebooks are held in the Bodleian Library, Oxford. They fill 66 calf-bound volumes, page after page written in antiquated and messy handwriting. To see the casebooks and learn more about the astrologers and the history of medicine, visit https://casebooks.com, casebooks.lib.cam.ac.uk. Interesting. So that's the Bodleian Library in Oxford at present day, in 3D. So let's do a new game and see what it is about exactly. I don't know what we're supposed to do in this game. It seems that you're gonna read through the casebooks that Forman and Napier has, which is very fascinating.
Long ago in England,
Alright.
1892, there begins our tale, and all of it is true. Through all of London, bubonic plague did spread, covering folk in weeping sores and leaving thousands dead.
It's like Rhapsody, yeah! I like that, it was fun. I think it was really fun. So, long ago in England in 1592, there's begin our tale and all of it is true. Sorry. Through all of London's bubonic plague is spread, covering folk in weeping sores and leaving thousands dead. I like it, it even rhymes. Well, it's a song, it has to rhyme. I don't know what I was thinking at the top. It seems that nothing's happening. Okay, left, drag left to turn page. Ah, cool. Like a real book.
From towns and cities, doctors they did flee, leaving their patients to die in misery.
But one brave doctor stayed when all the cowards fled, might not have been because because he was too sick to leave his bed.
Yes, what might have seen because he was too sick to leave his bed. Okay, that was Simon Farman talking. So let's just write it. Let's just spell it out. Simon Farman. From towns and cities, doctors they did flee, leaving their patients to die in misery. But one brave doctor stayed when all the cowards fled. Might that have been because he was too sick to leave his bed? Right, next.
Alas, 'tis my final hour. I will surely die. I am too far gone to recover, and for the plague there is no cure.
Okay, so he has the plague too. Interesting.
Unless a cure might be found in the stars.
Interesting. I never heard of that. I need to check Simon Farman now. Simon Farman was an Elizabethan astrologer, occultist and herbalist active in London during the reigns of Queen Elizabeth I and James I of England. His reputation, however, was severely tarnished after his death when he was implicated in the plot to kill Sir Thomas Overbury. Astrologers continued to revere him, while writers from Ben Jonson to Nathaniel Hawthorne came to characterize him as either a fool or an evil magician in league with the devil. Oh jeez. Alright, so that's coming from the overview that is on Wikipedia. That was I was looking into. Okay, interesting. So let's see what he read in the stars. Choose one zodiac to diagnose the condition. How might I be cured of the plague? Okay, the zodiac here, Sagittarius, I think. Yeah, alright, that was good. Should Farman use this reading? I have the plague, characterized by a loss of appetite, immoderate thirst, and pus-filled swelling behind the ears, in the armpit and in the groin. These are symptoms of a fever provoked by excess sanguinity in the liver. Ugh. I'm already feeling bad for all the pus. It's terrible. Ugh. Jupiter domicile in Sagittarius. This indicates a severe imbalance of the blood humor. What's the difference? Sagittarius ruler of the liver. Why there's an X and there's a checkbox? Let's go to the checkbox. You chose Sagittarius. Well, could I choose something else?
Let me see now. According to the stars, the way to cure the plague is to treat the fever it provokes. Oh, can it be true? Might a disease so monstrous as the plague be cured by treating it as if it were an exceeding bad fever?
Mm-hmm.
Then I must use powerful herbs to bring the fever to crisis and break it. Let me see now. Angelica and dandelion for heat, borage to provoke sweating, infuse them in wine, strain and distill the mixture to produce a most powerful strong water.
Am I wrong? Did I do something wrong?
Sir, I am cured.
No, I did not.
I shall now go forth with my miraculous strong water to cure all London of the plague.
Oh, that was really weird. I cannot go back and... Oh, so here is just going to the main menu and saying like if you want to continue or stop. And what about this one? Oh, letters of recommendation. Anyway, let's continue the game. Case summary. Querent. Simon Farman, scene 13th of October 1592 at 4 p.m. or 16 hours, or I don't know how you say that in English. How might I be cured of the plague? I judge my plague symptoms as being provoked by a fever. I invented a new kind of strong water to cure it. Querent's case history, so that was one. Letter of recommendation 0 of 100. This current will return for another consultation. See case summary. I shall cure Londoner of the plague, so wondrous will be my works that plays and songs will be read in my honor. Okay.
Foreman made a plague cure and used it on himself, then left his house to restore London's true health.
Huzzah! 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 Huzzah!
Simon Foreman, he cured us of the plague, 'tis true.
Some details are a little vague, but we know he used astrology and knows his own strong water. So what if he be used as a proper licensed doctor?
Well, you couldn't be a licensed doctor if you just use astrology to define stuff, but well, we'll see. If you found something, who knows? It could be a charlatan for all I care. But you know what? That game is pretty interesting. It's like an interactive storybook when I think about it. I don't know how far that game goes into the details and how long it could be, but I like it. I like the style. It's an interesting style. I should have played it earlier so like that I finished that.
Here comes a lady queer and a little wary. Her name is Avis Allen. What can her trouble be?
I love the style. It's very funny. It's very English in a way. Very older English. Okay, what kind of troubles you
Good
be?
day, madam. How may I?
Are you Mr. Foreman? Mr. Simon Foreman, the doctor?
Aye, madam. I am indeed Dr. Simon Foreman. I bid you welcome to my consulting chambers. Mistress...
Allen, Mistress Avis Allen of Lambeth.
pray tell me your age, if you please, madam.
I am 33 years of age.
And how might I do you service this day, Mr. Allen? Pray describe your troubles to me.
Well, the pain started full late last eve upon retiring to bed. Oh, not that I am in the habit of retiring so late, but my husband did desire a special supper of cold meats to celebrate and give thanks in any case, it started in the night and it continued until dawning. That being the pain in my head and the chundering.
A moment whilst I make note of this. Headache and involuntary purging. Is that all?
Aye, that is all. And thinking on it, my complaint to seem most trifling, and you are doubtless busy with important cases. Oh, like the plague! Yea, verily, mayhap I should not have come after all. Good day, Dr. Foreman. I beseech you pardon me, for I have wasted your time.
Prithee, do not go, for I assure you, madam, your case verily is important to me. And 'tis important to you, is it not, Mistress Allen? Else you would not have come this day.
Well, aye.
Let us consult the stars now then, shall we? What is the cause of Mistress Allen's suffering?
Alright, what is the cause of Mrs. Allen's suffering? Let's see. Choose one zodiac to diagnose the condition. I was up all night with headache and chundering. What caused my suffering? Okay. So what is this one? Should Foreman use this reading? Mistress Allen's trouble have been provoked by anxious passions associated with her being with child. Mercury, this indicates a disturbance of the mind. Scorpio, ruler of the reproductive system. Or what about this one? Should Foreman use this reading? Mistress Allen is suffering from evil digestion, ruler of the stomach. Saturn in detriment and retrograde. This suggests a mild imbalance of black pill in the body. It seems that she had a good life and everything was fine. So I have the impression that it's more that she's getting a child. Let's do this one. I chose Scorpio.
You are with child, Mistress Allen. 'Twas the reason for your celebration last evening, methinks.
Aye, but how did you know?
I can see it in my chart, madam. There is a planet aligned with Scorpio at present, Scorpio being the constellation that rules over such matters. Pray tell, how long has it been since your monthly courses?
It has been 14 weeks since my courses, and yesterday I did feel the child quicken. So, indeed, 'twas the cause for our celebration, as you say. For I have been with child before, you see, but 'tis never. And Mr. Allen and I do pray this one will be born alive.
There, dear lady. The presence of the planet Mercury in my chart does suggest you suffer from anxious passions on account of your condition, and given your ill-favoured history, I warrant 'twas the twin burdens of hope and fear that provoked your troubles last evening.
Oh, I see.
Pray take this flask of wine, madam. It has been infused with cloves, ginger root, and cinnamon. Drink of it each morning, and you should soon feel much improved.
Verily, I will do as you advise. I thank ye heartily, sir. Fare you well, Dr. Foreman.
Fare you well, Mistress Allen.
Do they say what's happening? Is she giving me a letter of recommendation if it works out? I guess that's what's happening. Okay, let's see. Case summary. Querent, Evis Island, scene, 20th of November 1592, 1 p.m. The querent did present with symptoms of headache and involuntary upward purging. Adjust the querent as with being with child. Methinks the querent is most pleased with me for the reading I gave today. Okay, 55 of 100. This querent will return for another consultation. What a kind man Dr. Foreman is, and so patient with me. Okay, so I guess that's how it's gonna play. But then there's all those case books with real information in it in Oxford, so I'm actually pretty curious now and see how far they give the recommendations that was given by Foreman himself. I should read a bit more about this. Sense and wisdom. I love the style of how he did that. Plus, it rhymes most of the time. Blake, bless, wisdom, God. Yeah. Anyway, let's see what Mr. Blake has.
You are Simon Foreman, the physician, are you not? These are your rooms.
Indeed, I am he, and well met, sir. Be it Thomas Blagg I have the honour of welcoming to my humble consulting chambers, the Dean of Rochester Cathedral?
Indeed, 'tis I, Thomas Blagg.
Blagg.
It is not upon church business that I come to you this day. 'Tis upon a matter of my own that I require counsel. I have lately been offered some very lucrative investment opportunities, and, well, it is said that God speaks to us through the stars, does he not?
Indeed he does. 'Tis well known that astrology is but a conduit for the word of God, as interpreted using scientifical means. And now, these investments of which you speak, pray tell of them, if you please.
2 merchant ships will shortly set sail on very lucrative trading expeditions. I do not possess the coin to invest in both. Hence, I must choose between them. And I must choose very wisely indeed.
So now we do astrology just
sea
for
voyages are
luck.
most perilous, and if my ship were to founder or be captured by pirates, I would lose my entire investment.
Aye, forsooth. 'Twould be most lamentable, to say nothing of the poor souls who might lose their lives.
Who are, naturally, the greater of my concerns.
Aye,
Yeah, of course.
naturally. And whither might these ships be bound?
The first is bound for the Spice Islands of the East. 'Tis a voyage to be undertaken by a ship named the Conquering Cherub. The other is the Pride of Yarmouth. She is to bring back sugar from the Americas. Have you now the information you require? Then perchance you may divine for me upon which of these 2 ships our Lord God has bestowed his divine blessing.
Aye, Dean Blagg. we may now consult the stars. Should Thomas Blagg invest in the voyage of the Conquering Cherub, or that of the Pride of Yarmouth?
That's funny, this game kind of reminds me of another game that I played that is named Yog, whatever, which is more like a choose your own adventure style, which has a very fun style. And this is pretty similar. Another thing that's interesting to me in this is to understand what really happened in real life. So for example, if this was in his casebook, what's the choice that he really made and did it pay it off or not? Alright, what's the difference here? Okay, so that's Mars, the missile in Scorpio, this represents victory, so probably this one, but let's see B. Change of fortune doesn't mean that it's positive or negative. I have an impression it's better to do A than B, but which I guess is the Conquering Cherub. Interesting, because this one there is a journey, but we don't know if it's positive or not in terms of changing fortune. It could be positive, it could be negative. And I'm not sure why the femininity will be important here. Okay, I'm going to do A, taking the risk.
The stars advise you to invest in the ship named the Conquering Cherub.
I see. And why is that?
Well, I have calculated that at this very hour, upon this very day, the planet Mars and the constellation Scorpio do both dwell in that part of the sky we call the House of Children. And as it happens, Mars is the ruler of Scorpio, hence we may say that Mars is presently exalted.
Mars has been exalted by Scorpio, you say? And what might that mean?
When exalted, Mars represents victory. And so, with victory in the House of Children, we may read this as a victorious child. Ergo, the Conquering Cherub.
Ah, I see. For a cherub is a kind of child, is it not? In sooth, I do find the science of astrology verily fascinating. I thank you, Dr. Foreman. You have been most helpful.
Alright, let's see what's gonna happen. So, Querent, Thomas Blagg, 17th of December 1592 at 6 p.m. The Querent did wish to know which of two trading expeditions would make the better investment. I did advise the Querents to invest in the voyage of the Conquering Cherub. Methinks the Querent was pleased with me for the reading I gave this day. It was very wise of me to come this day. Only a fool invests his money without first seeking counsel. Alright, if you say so. Alright, let's go to the next one. Here come a little Emma, shy and calmly made. All men was... I don't remember what she said. What they say. I like the way that we do almost introduction every single time.
Good morrow, sir. Pray tell, are these the consulting chambers of Simon Foreman, Doctor of Astrology and Physic?
Indeed, 'tis I, Dr. Simon Foreman. And your name, madam?
Emma Sharp of Shoreditch, sir. 25 years of age.
Welcome, Miss Sharp. And how may I do you service this day?
Well, 'tis a trifle delicate. A man has asked me to be his wife.
Oh,
Dear, kind man, but I fear you will think me cold, Dr. Foreman.
There, madam, whatever is the matter?
Well, he is exceeding advanced in years. I do worry he may not be long for the world, and if he were to die, I do not think I could bear it. Verily, I would not.
I wouldn't understand that.
Indeed, methinks I would rather not marry him at all.
Oh,
Am I very heartless, Dr. Foreman?
Nay, not in the least, madam. Your fears are most reasonable. A man in the winter of his life is indeed more likely to die. I assure you, madam, 'tis a medical fact. But methinks you wish to know whether this man be afflicted with a grave health condition, do you not? To wit, any ailment that might soon prove fatal?
Forsooth I do. That is my question precisely. Why, Dr. Foreman, 'tis as if you have a gift for reading minds.
Merely the gift of logical surmise, madam. Let us see
Surmise.
whether a judgment
Okay, I
of the
didn't know
stars
you
may
said it
calm
this
your
way.
fears. Does Mr. What was your gentleman's name?
Mr. George Middleton, a wool merchant.
Does Mr. Middleton have any ailments that might hasten his death?
Mr. Middleton has been bewitched. The enchantment may prove fatal. Oh. Mr. Middleton suffers from dropping down of the pace characterized by involuntary urination. It is exacerbated when combined with his fears of height. Okay. Mr. Middleton suffers from a cardiac patient, a condition that may end in death. Oh. All of those are pretty negative. It's very random for that's a thing. But giving that doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna say this one because it's the most likely thing.
I am full sorry, madam, but the stars give heavy news. Mr. Middleton suffers from a cardiac passion. Indeed, his heart may stop at any moment. He must avoid anything that might alarm or trouble his vital spirits. One shock could be enough to kill him.
Oh, woe, alas, poor Mr. Middleton. I thank you for your kind understanding, Dr. Foreman, and for your discretion in this matter. I will at once to my family go and beseech them not to make me accept Mr. Middleton's proposal. God give you good day, Dr. Foreman.
Oh. Oh well. That'll be the last case we do today. Yeah, I'm wondering because this 5 is 3. Alright, that's where we're gonna stop because we did quite a few. And okay, I guess that you get letter of recommendation, and the more you get the better it is. Alright, that's where we're gonna stop. Thank you so much for watching. I know that it's a little bit different than usual because I'm doing a live. It's a live game preview. It's still 30 minutes of a live game preview, so it's quite a lot too. I hope that you appreciated seeing Astrologaster before it leaves the Xbox Game Pass. If you want to play it, it's available up to 3/16/2021 on Xbox Game Pass for free. unless you buy it, which every game that leave from the Xbox Game Pass gets an extra discount of 20%. Don't forget about that as well, if it's a game you really wish to keep. Alright, thank you so much everyone. Please continue to follow my channel. Don't hesitate to put a thumbs up if you like that particular video, and see you all soon.